Alright, good evening, guys, and welcome to my channel, Dreystar. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. So, like last week, we did a tutorial that had to do with 3 popular mistakes a singer could make or singers make. And this, I told you guys I was going to run a second episode, run more topics in that lane, so we know that there are many things we can adjust to make us better singers. This topic is not just for you, it's for me, it's for everybody who wants to learn a thing or two musically or want to have an idea. Not all of us will sing, but then you might have a very, very big clue of how song or how music works rather. So today I'll be touching another 3 sets of mistakes that singers make. Drum roll. Yeah. So the first one is we make the mistake of not controlling our breath. So controlling breath is something that might sound underrated, but it is very, very, very important. So you have to take note of this. The mistake most of us make is that we tend to breathe with our chest, like we hold our breath with our chest, whereas it shouldn't be. It should be from the belly. There's something we call diaphragm in biology, and it is the most efficient muscle for breathing. Human beings are belly breathers. Like, it's natural for air to come from our belly outside, goes back to the belly, from the belly back outside. But the muscle that is most efficient, most responsible for making that breathing possible is the diaphragm. It's somewhere around this side, I don't know, below the lungs. Do you understand? So the way you can control that muscle is how much you can breathe for long. Do you understand? And still be normal. Do you understand? So it's always necessary that we exploit this part very, very well. We know how important the diaphragm is for us and how to exploit it to our own good. Do you understand? The reason why they use chest voice is because you are paying attention to this little ear between this place and this area. You're not allowing the ear down there do its work. And if you depend on the air coming from here, the seconds this would last for, let's say, max of 5 to 6 seconds. That's why you try to sing a song, or you try to do a vowel like ah, then you find out before you know it you're out of breath. But if you use the tummy, the belly air rather, it will make it easier for you to go for long. So if you want to do the training for this, you don't have to use a song. The best way to do the training for breathing is to use vowels. It's called vocables in writing. So you use words like ah, you use words like a, words like E, O, U. Do you understand? Because those are just vowels. It has to do with, it's purely a breathable vowel. So you have to breathe to make them come out. Ha, he, E, O, U. Even if it is O, ma, me, mo, mu. Still has to do with you bringing air out. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So it is easy to use those vowels to learn your breathing, to really aid things for you. And one other thing I want to add is the fact that you should not develop the habits. In case you have developed it, try to stop it. When you're trying to breathe in, don't do, it's a very, very bad one. You're applying efforts which you shouldn't, and you breathe out and you're like portable. You understand? You're not supposed to be like that. So when you breathe in, like stand normal like this, then you're cool. You're breathing out. You understand? So it doesn't have to be you raising your shoulder. It is the air you're having issues with. It is not your shoulder. There's nothing that concerns this shoulder with the air going inside your belly. Do you understand? So always note this part. It will really help you in disciplining yourself and being a master of your craft. Then the second part that I touched a little part of it last week. I said something about you not sounding like your voice type. Say I used the instance of Burna Boy and Simi. you have a Burna Boy type of voice, as deep as it is, and you are scoring simi songs. Now, as much as you are now using Burna Boy songs as an indicator, or as a song that you're using to train yourself, try as much as possible to be original. Now let me put it this way. Excuse me. You can try to listen to his songs. Okay, his voice range, I'll talk about that in our next video. Voice range, you see, okay, both of us sound similar. I can actually attain the notes, or I can hit the notes he's hitting, I can do all that. But then, just like fingerprints, everybody's voice is unique. It might sound a little similar, but there's one thing that person does, or that person will do, that will sound very different. Look into the industry now, and you notice that I can mention 10 to 15 singers or artists that don't sound similar. See Rema, see Fireboy, see Thames, see Arya Star. Now at the beginning you would think Arya Star is sounding like Thames, but then Arya Star will do some things that will make you feel, this one is different. Do you understand? See this guy that just blowed, Boy Spice or so, this maybe new guy. See Oxlade, nowhere where you hear Oxlade's song, if you are familiar to his voice, you know it is Oxlade that's singing. If anybody does the same thing he's doing, you know this person sounds like Oxlade. Do you understand? So try to be original. No matter how many artists come together to one place, there's always one thing that will make you stand out. So as much as you're trying to score songs, trying to do stuff, listen to the inner part of you that is trying to bring out one natural part of you. Do you understand? So for instance, when I started singing, I heard people saying stuff like, oh, you sound like Adekunle Gold, you sound so much like Adekunle. I didn't like the fact, I love Adekunle Gold, but I didn't like the fact that everything I did was too similar to what he was doing. So I started looking for the original part of me, like, okay, what if I do it this way? What if I do it this way? I do another song, I hear stuff like, oh, you sound like Asha. That now you sound like, okay, I feel, okay, fine. Now I'm beginning to confuse people. It gets to a point they're like, okay, we don't even know what you sound like right now, but you sound great. So keep developing yourself. Keep developing yourself. Don't let people chain you to one aspect of you sound this way and you have to remain that way. Do you understand? Music is, I said last week, I said music is endless. So you have to explore and keep exploring to know who you really are, to know what you can do. Do you understand? To stretch your limits till you get your tone yourself. Do you understand? You might start off and they say, oh, it sounds like this, it sounds like that, she sounds like this, it sounds like that. Get to a point you build yourself, you work more on yourself. So as much as you're listening to that person's song, all I just do when I listen to people I look up to now is take a cue from them. Let's say I'm writing a song and I get writer's block. It's called writer's block, where your head will just blank, pam, nothing comes. So the best thing I do is, okay, let me assume I'm so person. Would he just sit down and look back, or would he just sit down and not do anything, or he'll do it this way? So I try to do a recap of all the songs I've heard from that person, and I feel, okay, the approach he gave to this part is this or that. Then I try to write something. When I do that, okay, I get a picture of what I want to do. I extract my own originality from there, and I'm good. Do you understand? So you just hear stuff like, oh, this part is sounding like this part sounding like that part, because I've sampled like 3 to 4 or 5 artists in one song, and there's a part where I'll sound me. Do you understand? So try as much as possible to not, number one, be predictable. Do you understand? So when you sound original, people will know, okay, as much as we feel a similarity between this person and that person, this person sounds unique. Do you understand? So that's that about that. The last thing we'll be talking about is having a clear, correct diction. So talking about the diction, what it means is, it has 3 sections. We're talking about the articulation of your mouth. So when the air comes from your lungs from the belly to the lungs, then comes to your mouth. The way you control, there are features in the face that will determine how well your voice will come out. Now this might sound a little complex, but I'll try to explain. We have the hard palate here, the roof of your mouth. Then taking the tongue down a little bit, you have the soft palate, like that part. We have the mouth, we have the teeth, we have the tongue, we have your lips, we have your cheeks, we have your eyes, we have your forehead, your face in general. The way you articulate all these things helps your vowel come out fast. The thing is, if you want to learn how to have a good diction, a clear, correct diction, like I said with breathing exercises, use vowels. A, E, O, U. That is the best way to get your correct diction, because it is very rare for you to say anything without using dictions. I just said say anything. Say as a, any, as a, e, thing, e. Do you understand? So it is very uncommon, except you have consonant clusters. Except you have that, it is very uncommon for us to have words or a full sentence without having vowels. So the best way you can get these things, to get a clear, correct diction, is to master your vowels. Do you understand? Now let me give you an instance. Now we have A, we have E, we have A, we have E, we have O, we have U. Now let me give you an instance now. If you want to do, say you want to do A, don't open your mouth like A. Do you get what I'm saying? It will make your voice scatter everywhere. It's supposed to come direct. You don't have to open your mouth so much. You just, if you want to learn this very, very fast, try to use your hand to cover this place and do it. So measure where that mouth covered. You shouldn't pass that level. A, E, O, U. Do you understand? So when you take your hands off, like A, E, O, U. Do you understand now? So this is number one. This is for me. As much as I'm trying to tell you what to do, try to learn what works for you. What works for you in the sense that you're the one trying to pass the message. You want people to see through you. Let's say you want to say, oh, that kind of stuff. Some of us won't do, do you understand? There's some people that they don't have to open their mouth this much before you hear their voice very well. They have a good belting voice. Do you understand? So as much as you're trying to learn this general technique, try to be original. Try to understand what works for you. Do you understand? Try to understand how it works for you. So the best way is to master how you place your mouth, how you place your teeth, your tongue, to make the words come clear to people. That is diction. The clarity of your words, the clarity of your voice. For every vowel you say, like let's say you want to say A, E, E, O, U. You notice my U, I had to round my mouth more than I did for O. Do you understand? Now for O is the mouth is wider. For A is more of like more it's more of like wider than what I used for O. If I say stuff like E, do you understand? So the way you place these things have different shapes, whether you accept it or not. Do you understand? So the best way to have a good diction is to place your mouth, place your tongue. Once the air is coming out, when it gets to this area, it is whatever you do with your teeth, your tongue, your mouth that determines what comes out. I could be the hair is coming out directly, but whatever I now do with all these places, with my throat, with my vocal cords and everything, is what makes my voice sound sweet to you. Do you understand? So that is that part about diction that you need to understand. So I've mentioned 3 things now. I've mentioned the fact that you should control your breathing, use your belly, not your chest. Don't chest it. You understand? So that's the first one. The second thing is that you should always try to use a clear, correct diction. The third thing, I don't know, I'm not arranging it as I said it, but the third thing is, as much as you're trying to learn from your favorites, try not to sound exactly like your favorites. I don't like the fact that I'm not using this to shade anyone. Personally, I've never liked the idea of arole, soft stuff like that, or labaja labaja 1, labaja labaja 2, labaja labaja 3. You might trend, but then if you are the kind of person that writes songs or is original by nature, it would derail you, it would drag you. Like your pace wouldn't be as fast as it should be, because all your fans would be like, we are following you because we like so person. They wouldn't like you for you. So please try to work on your songs. If you're written songs that sound 100% like someone, try to adjust a few lines, sound different. Notes are very, very dynamic. You can do do re mi so now, and you do so la mi so now. Do you understand? So try to be dynamic. That's way you'd sound unique in a way. Do you understand? So that is all about that for this week. We're done. Phew. Yeah. So try to subscribe, like I said. Next week we'll be touching a very interesting topic, and that is how to know your vocal range. And there's one more thing I'll be adding to it. I'll not be saying it now. I'll not say it now. So subscribe, and we'll meet next week. Watch out for my music video on Monday or Tuesday. Yeah. So like I said, I told you we're going to be dropping music videos, tutorials. Let me know what you think about the music video I dropped on Monday, the Pain and Tears song. It was a very, very spontaneous one. I just did it because I was thinking out loud, like just like the song depicts, and I felt it might touch one person or the other. So that's all about that. Thank you very much for watching, for staying this long. I really appreciate it. One love, peace.